Well, Democrat Abigail Spanberger, the former CIA officer turned congresswoman, will become the 75th governor of Virginia, the first woman ever to hold that position. The race called with barely 29% of the votes counted, meaning that she's flipped the seat from Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, who, of course, was term limited. But Youngkin has been a close ally of Donald Trump. This really is an interesting result and really a litmus test on Donald Trump's presidency. Virginia, in particular, has felt the impacts of President Trump's policies. Many federal workers cross the Potomac River to go to work in Washington, D.C., and many of them have been unceremoniously fired since Donald Trump took office, and many of them are also feeling the impacts of the still ongoing government shutdown, which is now going to break a record to be the longest in U.S. history. Her opponent was the Republican current lieutenant governor of Virginia, Winsome Earl Sears. She, like I said, is the sitting lieutenant governor. She ran on a very similar platform to President Trump, using many culture war issues in her campaign ads, but she really lagged in the polls in recent polls. And Donald Trump seemed to sense that and really kind of somewhat distanced himself from her in recent days. Meanwhile, the Democrats brought out the big guns for Spanberger, putting Barack Obama on the campaign trail, as well as many other Democrat hotshots, including Maryland Governor Wes Moore. That's a D.C. neighbor state, which is also heavily impacted by Trump's policies. One key thing to note here, really, almost across the board, Spanberger outperformed Kamala Harris in last year's election this time around, with Winsome Earl Sears underperforming Donald Trump. So far, that's a story that we're also seeing in the New Jersey race between Democrat Mickey Sherrill and Republican Jack Ciattarelli as well. So the Democrats will be closely watching that trend and seeing whether they can extrapolate anything out for that ahead of next year's midterms.